Hello, it's Weekend Handicapper. In this video, we're going to discuss the 2019 Springboard Mile at Remington Park in Oklahoma. This race is on the road to the 2020 Kentucky Derby. But before we get into the picks and analysis, hit that subscribe button if you hadn't already subscribed to Weekend Handicapper. Hit that notification bell so you can get all the latest tips, tools, and resources to help you win on thoroughbred horse races. All right, Springboard Mile, going a mile distance. It's race number 12 on Sunday, December 15th, 2019. And that's important because a lot of stakes races, big races, are on Saturday. So make sure that you know if you're going to play this race, bet this race, that it's on Sunday. Race 12 at Remington Park. I've been to Remington Park before, a couple years ago. And I was there checking out the track. I was in Oklahoma, and I was taking some pictures of the track and horses working out and stuff, and some cop, police person, I guess security of the place or something, started questioning me and wondering if I was with the media and all this sorts of things. So I thought that was kind of odd, unusual. I don't know why they didn't want me to take pictures of the track and put it on my social media and stuff, but oh well, whatever. I listened to them and went back and minded my own business. So unfortunately, that's my experience of Remington Park, but I do occasionally play Remington Park, sometimes on Saturday nights. Sometimes you have big fields and you get some either big prices or you get some chalk fest. So if you ever play, then good luck to you. Hopefully you might consider playing race number 12 on December 15th, the Springboard Mile, because it's a field of 12, and so there might be a lot of good wagering opportunities. All right, so let's go horse by horse, starting with the number 1 horse, and that is a piece of work. It has 1 race, 1 victory at Remington, so that might be a positive. The inside, I think, is probably a positive here at Remington here lately. But like many of these horses, they've never ran a route distance. So keep that in mind. Number 2, alternate time. It's 2 for 2 at Remington Park. It's never raced a route. You'll hear me say that quite a bit. Number 3, Rowdy Yates. This is Steve Asmussen. And Steve has 3 horses in this race. So he has definitely a good shot at winning it, to say the least. But this might be his best contender in this race. It's 1 at today's distance. It's 1 at Remington Park, certainly a contender. Number 4, Answer In, Brad Cox, Javier Castellano. It's coming off a layoff. It's been a while since this horse has ran a race. It's never raced a route, so that might be another negative coming off a layoff. But last time out, this horse was very impressive. So if you like that horse, then you probably have yourself a good contender. It's probably going to be a short price, though. Number 5, Jungle Runner, another Steve Asmussen horse, has a 2-race winning streak. It's 1 at the distance. It needs a pace to run at, and this because it might set off the pace. But we're going to have plenty of early speed and some horses laying off the early speed in this race. So it probably will get a pace to run at. So if you like Jungle Runner, then definitely use that horse. Number 6, Shipment Song, early speed horse. It's got a good percentage trainer, and the jockey might be, used and good with early speed horses, so that if this horse can steal it or try to steal it at a price, then that's worth a long shot. But I think it's in over its head in this field. A lot of good, maybe have higher class or shown to be higher class horses than this horse is. But at the right price, I always say that, don't be afraid to put a couple bucks on it. Number 7, Southgate, another speed horse, early speed horse, but there's a lot of early speed horses in here. So I'll pass on this one. I don't know if this one quite has the goods to hang in there by the finish line. Number 8, Embolden. It's Michael Stenham, trained horse. I think this is an interesting contender. Now, I would really be a fan of this horse if it was ran on dirt more. I mean, pretty much every race has been on turf. So this is an interesting move here. I don't know how it will like the dirt. That's a toss-up. Again, the price is going to determine the bet, but if it does like the dirt, I think this is a legitimate contender, win contender in this race. Embolden. Number 9, Shoplifted. It's going to sit off the pace. This is your third and final Steve Asmussen horse with Ricardo Santana Jr. Those two team up all the time, win a lot of races. It will, like I said, will sit off the pace. It has class. It ships in from Santa Anita. So if the pace falls apart, this horse might be one to consider, especially underneath in his actus, trifectas, superfectas. Number 10, Maxim Milano, I believe is how you say it. It's an early speed horse coming off a layoff of a couple months. One of those other horses has never run a route race, and it's okay because these are 2-year-olds, you know. So they're probably gearing up, and that's the dangerous thing with betting these prep races or these road to the Kentucky Derby races, I should say. You know, they're still developing. These young horses are developing, and sometimes trainers are looking ahead a couple races. So you just never know when they're going to fire their best. You would hope they're always going to try their best in the race that they're entered in, but maybe not always the case. So number 10, I mean, this at a price, a legitimate long shot, probably, maybe. It's early speed, a lot of early speed with an outside post. Maybe, certainly factor in some exotics if it's going to be a super high price, long odds. Number 11, Hercules, I believe is how you say it. It's won at a distance at Remington Park. Will be tough if the pace falls apart. But that's an outside chance. But that could be another long shot that you might want to use. Now remember, when I say might want to use, it doesn't necessarily mean win bet. It can mean in his actus, trifectas, superfectas. And number 10, Slewed Tang Clan. Another long price, another early speed horse from an outside. I don't think this horse got the speed to get around everybody else from the outside post. So I'm going to pass on number 12, Slewed Tang Clan. All right, so we've been doing okay. I've only bet a couple Road to the Derby races, and you can check out the videos in my playlist, the Road to Kentucky Derby 2020. The first one I kind of passed on. I like the number 2 horse, the Jockey Club, at the Jockey Club. That didn't work out for me, but last week was pretty good. I didn't bet the Los Al Futurity. There's only 4 horses. I skipped that race. But I did have some luck with number 6, Shotsky in the Remsen Stakes. I bet a couple horses in that. One of them was Shotsky, and it paid pretty good. So far, so good on this Road to Kentucky Derby. This one is an interesting race, the Springboardmile at Remington. I think it's going to be a fun race to watch. The pace is certainly going to be fast with a lot of early speed horses. I think I might favor a horse off the pace a little bit, and that's what you got to factor or determine and decide on. It's a full field of 12. Granted, nobody scratches. The weather shouldn't be an issue. It should be like in the 40s with, I think, a 20% chance of precipitation, so we should be on a fast track. The trend might be the inside horses and early to off the pace horses. If that's indeed the case, I like number 3, win bet on number 3, Rowdy Yates, and number 8, Embolden. Again, Embolden is very intriguing. I'm taking a huge gamble, and the price has to be 9-2, 5-1, 6-1 maybe before I bet that. For the simple fact is, it's been racing on turf. The price has to justify that gamble. But I think it's a good horse. I think the pace, he's going to set off the pace, and this is ideally where you want to be. Rowdy Yates should do it though. I would think number 3 or number 8 should be your best contenders. I'll probably put a little money on those two. If you want to play exactas, maybe the 3-8 over the 1-2, 3-4, 8-10, and possibly the 11 if your bankroll allows it. As I say, all these videos when we're talking exactas, you got to look at the payouts. I look at the payouts. I might not bet half of these exactas if they're not offering value and pay anything. But maybe the inside horses might have an advantage and the far outside horses might have an advantage. Those far outside horses, most of them are early speed. They got to use up a lot of energy to get to the lead. So I don't know how much they're going to do as far as win bets go, but they might falter so you can still use some of them at long odds underneath. But I'm not going to get too crazy on these Road to the Derby, this particular Road to the Kentucky Derby race, and get too creative because there's so many unknowns. They hadn't raced at routes. One of them's coming in mainly on turf or from turf, and some of them are coming off of layoffs. It's just, it's a gamble for sure. This one's a gambling race. But I'm going to keep it simple. Number 3, Rowdy Yates, and maybe number 8, embolden at the right price, say 5 or 1 and higher. If 5 to 1 or less, no bet on number 8, embolden, because it's been on turf and the price has to justify me betting it on dirt. All right, so hopefully you bet, you enjoy this 2019 Springboardmile at Remington Park. Remember, it's on Sunday. If you haven't subscribed, hit that subscribe button, leave a comment, tell me who you like. Until next time, so we can handicapper, happy handicapping and smart wagering.